Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Good to be with you. What I want to talk to you today is, well, I want to talk to you about what's going on here. And the situation over here is that I am unborn again. And that's the truth. I'm unborn again. And what I mean is that I arrived on the planet unborn. Even when the unit was born, I remained unborn. I remained unborn for 18 months, maybe 2 years, something like that. And then there was slow development that continued for years as I was born. And when I talk about that I was born, I'm talking about a character called Fred Davis that was associated with this body. And I did not know that when I got here because I was unborn. There was no Fred Davis. It had not, that invention had not occurred yet. So over time, I was trained. One could say brainwashed, but not by mean people, by well-meaning people, because that's what happened to them when they were kids. And because that's what we do, is that when we talk about that, that women bear children, what we mean is that, they bear units, and we create characters for the units. Because if not, the unit might identify as consciousness, and consciousness could really wreck things the way that we normally do things, because it wouldn't be selfish. It really wouldn't be. And it wouldn't be, it doesn't make it a fool, but it wouldn't be selfish. And it wouldn't be judgmental. And it wouldn't complain. It even might be full of love. It might be so almost like love itself. Maybe it is love itself. And that love is expressed over here. It was until I was trained otherwise. As the unborn, I loved everything. This was a very exciting place. But I didn't know what was going on. But I got trained into believing that I did know what was going on. But I didn't. But that's what they trained. So I was born over a period of years. I was unborn for maybe a couple of years. And then after 50-something years, I became unborn again. The brainwashing, all the training fell to the side just long enough for awakeness to reveal itself. That's what happened. Awakeness revealed itself, but to itself through this body. And because it did it through this body, then the first time the awakening took place back in 1992, I moved right through it because I thought it was Fred Davis's awakening. I didn't when the awakening was taking place, but I did later on. It felt like Fred had probably caused it and done it and had it. It was all about Fred, and that's not an accurate view. Accurate view is that it's all about awakeness. And what is awakeness? We could call it, we can't really say what awakeness is. It's a code word that I use to express that which is prior to consciousness. And we can't really talk about what's prior to consciousness because we don't know about what's prior to consciousness. I have a working story because it comes from the fact that it feels extremely true here. It feels absolutely true here, but I don't know anything. So I can't verify my own thoughts, you see? That's what we usually do, is we think up something and it'll be perfectly ridiculous. And then we come in right behind it and we go, wow, that's interesting. And then it comes up again and we say, man, that might really be the way things work. Comes up again and we go, man, that is the norm. That's the way things are. And it just means it's the way things are in my thoughts, but not on the earth, not in here. Relativity is still going the way it goes. The cosmos is still going the way it goes. And this 3 pounds of goo inside this head, it thinks it knows what's going on. It thinks it knows what's right or wrong. The consciousness does not suffer that problem. It thinks it knows what's good or bad. Consciousness knows nothing of that. Consciousness is expressed through opposites, but awakeness doesn't know anything about opposites, because awakeness has no opposite. Whatever that is, it has no opposite. Neither does it have an alternative. This is the way it is. Somebody sent me an email this morning. It was great. I'm going to post it on the website, but I think I left it in my inbox. And here we go. What is that? A photo, any rate, of like the side of a barn or something, or the side of something with the sign on it. And I can't remember it exactly, but it was basically, it is what it is, whatever it is. It is what it is, whatever that is. That's enlightened observation there. It really is. It may not have been. I mean, there had to be some awakeness, some awakeness there, and whoever came up with that. I mean, it just wouldn't occur to an ordinary human. It just wouldn't. When I say an ordinary human, all humans are ordinary. There's nothing special here. That's what you learn, is that there's nothing special. And this is the reason it's so hard for people to wake up, because we all wanted to wake up so that we would be special. And instead, we wake up to find out that there's really not a whole lot of difference between me and this iPhone. There's not a whole lot of difference between me and this hat. It really isn't. Because neither this nor the hat are really here. Certainly, I'm not here because I am unborn. But I'm experiencing the born world. And I'm doing it through this unit that has a particular point of view. And I have this marvelous point of view that is so limited. I think I can see everything, but I can only see what I can see through a keyhole, because this body, this point of view, is a keyhole. It's just a tiny keyhole. It doesn't, if you back up, you can't even see the keyhole. It's not even recognizable. We could say it's essentially, I don't want to say it's not there, but it's not there. But it's these things that I'm doing, these are stories. Like this keyhole business, that's a story to help you be able to see the truth. That which is prior to consciousness, I call it the great potentiality. Because it's nothing unto itself, but it's the potential for everything else. Is that absolutely true? It feels that way, I must confess. It feels absolutely true. But you can't really trust the one that's feeling it, because it feels like it's absolutely true. But it feels like it to this unit, which then wants to claim that it's God, which is not untrue. But it's not just awakeness or just consciousness. It's not just consciousness. It's consciousness, all right. It's the vastness. And it's this unit. And because this unit is just another piece of matter, it's this unit, at least within a universe, this unit exists, and it exists in relation to this and this and that, right? That's relativity. It exists in relation to, but there's nothing here on its own. In the absence of comparison, you couldn't find a Fred over here. There's not one over here for you to find now, but you may be finding one. If you are, then, keep tuning in over here. Maybe you can find out that there's no one home in your body either. When I say your body, just remember that the body is not you. You need not believe that you even have a body, but you will. You will, because that's the way it works. It's just the way the programming goes. And it's fine. It's not a mistake. Awakeness is perfectly happy being conscious awakeness as it is here, where it knows what it is and it can share it with itself. But it's also content to be unconscious awakeness and just want to know what's going on at Walmart and what's on television at 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's sweet. It's sweet. Relativity is sweet. It's ignorant as hell, but it's sweet. Because all these units, they're doing the best they can. And we don't have a lot of patience with them, but we should, because there's no them. There's just me. Just this. There's just this, but this does not equate with me or you, because you and I are the same thing, the very same thing. And you just can't recognize that you're looking through these eyes right now, but you are, and you're talking to yourself. And over here, there's an element of clarity that's simply not over there. But that doesn't mean the potential isn't over there. It is. It is. So keep it tuning in, because what I've noticed, and I say this as consciousness, is I've noticed that units that hang out around this one, they tend to wake up. They do. You can check with my clients. Come to Satsang. You have a room full of people who awakened. Check me. I wish I could show you the emails that I get from people having awakenings from books and videos, satsang, awakening sessions. Or we would hope that they have one in an awakening session, and pretty much everybody does, but not everybody. You can still evade it if you're determined to. Well, I think that's enough. Thank you very much, and I love you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.